There have been some major trade developments in the NFL this past week. Myles Garrett came out with a trade request. That's a significant move from one of the league's premier defensive ends. Then we've got Cooper Kupp's situation with the Rams. He took to social media indicating he'll be moved in the offseason. With a noticeable need at the position, the LA Chargers instantly emerged as a potential landing spot for the former All-Pro. So, let's identify some reasons why it could work out. What's up, Chargers fans? Welcome to the NFL Playbook Chargers. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. This channel is all about breaking down everything you need to know about the Bolts. What's interesting here is looking at Kupp's career numbers. For a receiver of his caliber, that single Pro Bowl selection in 2021 doesn't tell the whole story. That season was just remarkable football. 1,947 receiving yards and 16 touchdowns. When you look at pure production and impact on the field, Kupp has consistently been one of the most reliable receivers in the league. That 2021 season wasn't a fluke. It was just everything clicking at the right time. Looking at Kupp's numbers, he's only hit that 1,000-yard mark twice. And injuries have really been the story here. The timing's crucial too. He'll be 32 when the 2025 season starts. And in the NFL, that's when we typically see receivers start to slow down. Looking at what the Chargers need right now, wide receiver is absolutely at the top of their list. This was painfully obvious throughout 2024. Just watch any game and you'd see Justin Herbert basically looking for Lad McConkey time and time again. The rookie was pretty much the only one creating separation out there. This is where Kupp could be really interesting. His ability to find gaps in coverage is elite. Now you've got to address the injury concerns head on. The numbers tell the story. 33 games in 3 years aren't ideal, but here's the thing. When Kupp is healthy and on the field, he'd immediately become their second best receiving option behind McConkey. That's a serious upgrade for a passing game that desperately needs one. Let's talk about the trade value here. The Rams aren't exactly in a position of strength with Kupp. You've got a 32-year-old receiver with those big cap hits. We're talking over $27 million in each of the next 2 seasons. That's not the kind of contract that's going to have teams lining up with premium draft picks. For the Chargers, this could be exactly the kind of opportunity you look for. The price tag in terms of draft capital should be manageable, and they've got the cap flexibility to make it work. Sitting there with the 6th most cap space in the league. With just 2 years left on his deal, the commitment isn't long-term either. So even if things don't work out perfectly, they're not locked into anything beyond that window. Looking at Kupp's trade value realistically here, Rams fans might need to adjust their expectations. Sure, when you think about what Kupp has accomplished in this league, you might expect a decent return, but the NFL trade market doesn't work that way. Let's compare this to the Keenan Allen situation last year. The Chargers got a 4th-round pick for Allen from Chicago. That's it. So when we're talking about the Rams potentially getting a 4th and a 6th for Kupp, that's actually pretty reasonable in today's market. Age is a massive factor in these deals. Kupp will be 32 next season, exactly where Allen was in 2024. Then there's the financial piece. Just like Allen's situation, Kupp comes with a hefty cap hit that most teams aren't eager to take on. Now, you could argue Kupp has more value because he's got 2 years left on his deal, while Allen was in his final year. But let's be real, Kupp's recent performance offsets that advantage. Think about it. Allen was traded after a career year. Kupp? He's coming off 3 straight seasons under 1,000 yards, dealing with injuries that limited both his production and availability. This is just how the NFL market works. Teams aren't going to give up premium picks for a 32-year-old receiver with recent injury concerns and a big contract, regardless of their past achievements. The numbers and circumstances just don't support it. But what he can bring for the Chargers, look at the bigger picture here. Kupp brings something you just can't teach. He is the guy who won a Super Bowl, played in big games, knows what it takes to perform at the highest level. Even with Jim Harbaugh setting the tone in that locker room, adding a veteran presence like Kupp can be huge. Think about what this could mean for McConkey going into his 2nd year. You've got a young receiver who showed promising signs as a rookie, and now you pair him with someone like Kupp, who's mastered the technical aspects of playing receiver in this league. That's invaluable mentorship right there. When you're building a team culture like Harbaugh is doing with the Chargers, having players who've reached the mountaintop matters. Kupp knows what it takes to win in January and February. That's experience you want around your young players. Let's break down that fit in the offense. The overlap in their playing styles, both being primarily slot receivers, that's something you've got to work through. One of them would need to adapt to playing more on the outside, which adds another layer to this whole equation. Looking at the betting markets, DraftKings has the Chargers tied for 3rd with plus 600 odds to land Kupp. That's pretty significant. The odds makers clearly see this as a realistic landing spot. The bottom line is, this is absolutely a move the Chargers need to explore. Make the calls, do the homework, and see what the asking price is. When you've got a chance to add a player of Kupp's caliber, and the betting markets are suggesting it's a real possibility, you owe it to yourself to at least have those conversations this offseason. So, guys, what do you think about this trade? Share your thoughts in the comments section.